Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you for joining me for another edition of Sonar Fishing. Today, I'm working in the shop. Finally starting to work on something that's fishing related because my life has just been completely dominated by this crazy barndominium project we've been working on. And of course, we have to get that done because we've got a baby on the way and we need someplace to live that's not the fifth wheel. So I'll show you that real quick if you haven't been keeping up with that project. Here it is. It's looking pretty good. Just got siding it on this week. Got a lot inside done. Even started hanging some drywall myself this week. Learning the drywall trade. Still might hire somebody to do this because it's not fun. But yeah, we're getting some of that up, and then I'm going to be doing some tongue and groove. Got plumbing, electrical, all that good stuff. So this project's coming along, but it occurred to me that, you know, even though the first open is a month and a half away, that time flies, as I know, because my off season is just flown by since October. So anyways, I haven't been fishing in 2.5 months, and I'm not going to be going in the next week or so, I don't think, because I don't have a boat. The Phoenix, the 921 Elite 2022 edition is gone. Sold that, and we're waiting on the 2023. I'm getting the same exact boat as last year. I loved it, and but yeah, we don't have a boat right now. So I figured, working on tackle, since we've got all this space, all this floor space, this would be the best use of my time today. And it's making me feel good. It's a little bit of therapy, you know, getting to work on my gear. But anyways, I wanted to share with you what my organization system looks like in my shop, because I think it's a really important part of being a professional fisherman is making sure that you know where all your stuff is, that's all organized, and that's not too rusty in poor condition. So I'm going to show you exactly what I've got going on here. All right, so this right here, this is a pretty key shelf system for, you know, my tackle. This is the main system here, the shelf system that I keep the majority of my working tackle, where, you know, I take these boxes and put them in the boat or in my truck or in the camper, and I take these and put them in the truck or camper, and then of course we've got the bait wall over there, and that is a great option for keeping all my Elastec and Z-Man baits organized. I'm even going to add some of my Hayabusa hooks and possibly some of the Seaguar line that requires, you know, maybe hanging. So, but that may go in a box. We'll figure that out. But anyways, so this system right here is super important. We'll start with this stuff right here. So all these boxes in my boat, so in the 921 Elite Phoenix, it's got the best center box I've ever had for tackle. And the best boxes that work for it, because I've had different boats that you know, like 3700s, you can only fit so many in, or you had to have them standing up or whatever. I shouldn't be banging around those baits, but you know, or the 3600s ended up working better. But in the boat that I have now, 3700s are the best, and these are the ones I like the most anyway. So most of my hard baits, chatterbaits, jigs, and stuff like that go in these boxes. And so I just take these, put them into the boat for my plan A stuff, and then my plan B and C stuff goes in the truck or the camper during tournament weeks. And then I still have actually quite a few of these 3600s. So some of them I kind of want to, you know, get rid of and put them in, you know, 3700 style. But the 3600 works for some of the type of baits that I use, because, you know, maybe I don't have a lot of them. Like this right here. I just started making this box. So blade baits and some tail spins, that sort of thing. You know, I don't need a big box for that stuff. And even like my football jigs. So I've got two different boxes, because I either tend to fish football jigs that have a brown base, you know, or a green pumpkin base. depending on the lake. You know, if I'm going to a lake that's like a canyon reservoir that has a lot of clay and brown, you know, brown rocky or clay areas, that's when I'm going to be using the brown. And then, you know, for a lot of different fisheries around here in the TVA, it's green pumpkin. That's the deal. So I'll kind of organize them in that way. But I think I may combine these two this year because, you know, there has been some times where I wish I had brought the brown box or the green pumpkin box on a certain day, and I only had, you know, the other. But so 3600s are still a part of my system, but man, I'd love to get rid of most of the 3600s just because I like keeping them all very similar. As far as terminal tackle goes, got a lot of boxes. This 3600, that's actually swim jigs, but this right here, so I've struggled over the years with my hook organization. So here we have the system that I'm really happy with, that I've been using the last 2 years. And this seems to be the best overall system for organizing my hooks. So instead of taking the hooks out and putting them in individual, you know, cubbies like this for my jig heads, I keep them in the bags, the original bags from Hayabusa, and I keep the new ones in those bags, and then the used ones kind of, you know, I'll put at the bottom. And what that has helped me do is, number one, it keeps them organized, keeps the new hooks from, you know, vibrating too much and dulling. And it also allows me to keep the used hooks away from the new hooks, which could, you know, which definitely reduces rust quite a bit. So that is the system I've come up with for the hooks, and I don't think I'm changing anytime soon because this works perfect. Now, this one, same deep 3700 tackle box, this is what I've got all my jig heads in, or a lot of them, and I'm not sold on this setup yet. You know, they all get jumbled in there, and I just haven't been happy with that. So I'm trying to figure out a system for that. This is my Ned rig box. This I also don't like. Number one, this Lure Lock small box is just too small for all the Ned rig stuff that I have. And also you can see all the rust that I'm getting in here. Okay, so, and it's just hard to find the exact size that I'm looking for. So this system that I tried doesn't really work all that well. It works perfectly for, you know, my spy baits because I don't have a lot of spy baits, but it doesn't work very well with the Ned rig. So for that one, I actually went to the shop this morning and bought some of these. It's not a Z-Man, you know, brand. I just put that sticker on there. But this tackle box right here, you open it up and you've got foam. So for you fly fishermen out there, you already know all about the foam. This is going to be a great way to organize my Ned rig jig heads. So I think that's going to be a good solution. Another thing I wanted to mention is these big blocky spinnerbait and buzzbait boxes. So I've tried a lot of different solutions for organizing and storing my spinnerbaits. I've tried these over the years, and I've tried, you know, like the 3700 style, which I've got over there. And I went back to these block style last year, and you know, the problem is the latches broke, so these don't lock anymore. I've actually got some tape that I put over them, and they're just really awkward in the 921 Elite's center storage box. So we are going to go ahead and get rid of these this year, and we're going to go back to these right here. So this style storage box, you know, I like them. The challenge with them is that these aren't built in. You can actually slide these dividers out. Let's see if I can do it with one hand. See, you can slide them out. Now, what happens is that little piece of plastic right there that locks into that channel, that ends up breaking, and then these end up falling out, and it's a mess. And so that's the reason why I stopped using these. But it occurred to me that a little bit of silicone, caulking or glue would go a long ways you can see where they're already kind of pulling out of those channels. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue those in and see if that helps. But that's what we're gonna go back to for our buzz baits and our spinner baits. Buzz baits in particular are really, really hard to store. I hate storing buzz baits, and I really haven't found a really good solution. In fact, you know, now that I think about it, I might actually keep the buzz baits in this box, and you know, just maybe have to replace it mid-season. But those are the boxes that I use on the road, in the boat. And then you've got this, and these are just, you know, new boxes that I can use because I'm constantly going through them. You can see I've got a big box full of those boxes. And then I've got some ones right there. We're gonna have to do a yard sale pretty soon to get rid of some of those, because I don't want to just throw them out. Most of them are still pretty good, but yeah, I go through these planos and lure locks and all these different boxes, flambeau, very, very quickly. But down here, what we've got is we've got the spare boxes that I carry with me for a lot of hard baits, terminal tackle, things like that. That I might need for particular events. So like if I'm going up to the Mississippi River, I'm definitely going to be bringing my frogs box. So the elite frogs, you know, I might need a bunch of those. Or, you know, most times I'm bringing the jackhammer box because you catch them everywhere on a jackhammer. Got more chatter baits, different ones in there, spinner baits, that sort of thing. Got other boxes for other stuff too, like terminal tackle, and jigs and stuff like that, hooks. But I'm running out of room for my hook stuff, so I got to get a bigger box. And then we've got these suckers right here. So these are my kind of soft plastics collection over the years, and they're divided by different types of techniques and baits. And those I carry with me. I put them in the back seat of the truck for tournament time, and you know, that allows me to not have to go to a tackle shop all the time to get something that I need. I've got a lot of different stuff in there that works. And of course, I've got the bait wall on the back of the truck camper that has all my Elastec baits, and that does a really good job for the Elastecs. But all the other stuff that I might need, I keep with me in these. And this is a way better system, having them, you know, segregated by style than having one big box. I used to just keep them in one box like this, and it weighed like 120 pounds or something like that. It was really difficult for me to move around and really hard to find anything that you wanted without dumping the whole thing out. So this is the system that has worked for me lately. Other than that, got more terminal tackle, chatterbaits. I need to put those in that other box and stuff like that. But all this stuff is going to start getting a little bit more compartmentalized and a little bit more focused. And a lot of stuff is going to go in the yard sale box. So stay tuned for that yard sale announcement. Probably won't happen for a few months, but yeah, this is the project. Still got to work on rod organization. That's one thing that I have a big weakness with. Got rods right there, rods right there. And so I'm thinking I'm going to build, since we're already, you know, we've already got the construction stuff out. We got plenty of spare lumber. I'm thinking of creating a big rod organizer system right here, just like at Fitzgerald Fishing. They got some really cool rod racks that they made to organize their rods. But anyways, that is what I'm up to right now in the shop. Let me know what you think about my organization system. Do you have any tips for me? Is there any products as far as like tackle boxes that you really, really like? Let me know what you think. But overall, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I got a lot of work to do here in the shop. See you out on the water.